Welcome back to Radio Entrepreneurs. I'm Jonathan Friedman in the studio today, and we're joined by our next guest, John Tousignant. Did I get that close enough?
Absolutely.
Excellent. John of Partnership Frontiers. Welcome to the studio, John.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here today.
And welcome to Radio Entrepreneurs. Why don't we start by telling our listeners a little bit about your business and what you guys do?
Sure. Well, Partnership Frontiers is a management consulting firm. We provide targeted marketing strategies, training programs, and matchmaking services, primarily to Canadian companies exporting into the New England market. We also provide some services to American companies that are looking to expand their business up into Canada. And we focus more on the eastern part of Canada. So that would be Quebec and then the Atlantic provinces of New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Newfoundland, and Prince Edward Island.
It's fascinating when you start talking about international commerce and trade. And, to those of us, and we talked a little bit on air, I'm a Canadian who's lived in New England for 25 years. People don't often think of Canada as the U.S.'s largest trading partner.
Absolutely.
And we think about those countries that make things overseas, and we think about, European countries and the like, and certainly the Asian countries. But really, as far as New England economy is concerned, there's more commerce done with the Canadian maritime provinces or Canada in general than the rest of the world.
Well, absolutely. And, one of the things is that Canada looks like us, they walk like us, they talk like us mostly, except when you're in certain parts of Quebec or New Brunswick.
They don't talk like anybody. but then again, in New Orleans, they don't talk like anybody either.
That's true enough. That's true enough. But I think sometimes that we oversimplify our relationships with Canada, and we don't think about the powerful economic power that they are for the New England market. One of the areas that I tend to focus in is green technologies. And I don't like to use the term green because it's overused. I'd like to think more about sustainable. But one of the things that you see with a lot of the Canadian producers is that they're very innovative in their production style, but they're also focused on environmental sustainability. And as that becomes more and more popular here in New England and throughout the United States, it becomes an interesting market for them to explore. I often tell my clients from Canada that there's an advantage to the stereotype that we have of Canadians, which is a stereotype of being environmentally responsible. And they've
Absolutely.
Demonstrated that. So it's a great market for them to penetrate into, but it's also a great market for American companies to explore as well. Close proximity, very nice, very effective infrastructure to get back and forth, and generally a positive border environment for crossing the border.